Yes, wrong decision projecting to be best options. Hello, everyone. Today, I want to speak about a dangerous mindset that many people develop after difficult experience. The topic is wrong decisions projecting to be your best option. Sometimes people go through counseling, people receive advice from trusted individuals or seek interventions during a marital crisis. But however, when they hear things they do not expect, they become disappointed because sometimes instead of them to embrace the opportunity for growth, they make decisions that appear wise at the moment but can become harmful in the long run. Some people will come for you, will come to you for counsel just to hear what they want to hear. They tell themselves, I will never talk to anyone again. I will never go for counseling again. I will never seek help again. They are saying all these things because they did not hear what they intended to hear. Now the question is that truly your best option, or is it a wrong decision disguising itself as wisdom? The pain of not being validated. Many people seek help during seasons of difficulties with expectation that someone will completely agree with them. That is why they go for counsel. They expect validation. They expect support. They expect confirmation that they have done the right thing. And but effective counseling is not designed to validate. No, effective counseling is not determined to. It is not designed to validate every action. It is designed to uncover the truth, identify unhealthy pattern, and create pathway for improvement. So when a counselor points out area that needs adjustment, some people feel attacked rather than being helped. And it is constant in the clinic. Some people will say you offended them. No, it's something that happens. And as a result, they withdraw when hurt make decision for you. One of the most dangerous times to make major decision is when emotions are wounded. You don't just conclude and say, because of what they told me, because they are blaming me, I've made a conclusion. A person may have one disappointing counseling experience and concluded that all counselors are useless. One difficult conversation may convince them that there is nobody that understands them. But that is not the reality. That is not the truth. I want you to know that sometimes one uncomfortable truth may make you believe that seeking help is a waste of time, because people that goes for counseling, they thought that the counselor will just buttress their point. But temporary disappointment should never become the foundation for permanent decisions. Get that right. Temporary disappointment should not lead you to make permanent decision. When things are tough and you begin to make decisions, it may be disappointing and it may be hurting. Some people will leave the room of counseling. They will leave the counseling room. That they will never ever go for counseling again. They will make that as the basis for their permanent decision. When hurt begin making decision, wisdom usually leave the room. When hurt begin making decision, wisdom always leave the room. The difference between rejection and correction. Let's look at that. Many people confuse correction with rejection. A counselor may identify behavioral patterns that needs improvement. Sometimes a mentor may challenge unhealthy habits. A trusted advisor may point out some attitudes that are damaging the relationship. That is not rejection. Maybe that is why you thought you are being rejected by everybody. But that is not rejection. That is correction. Correction is often uncomfortable because it requires change. Yes. Correction requires change. And yet, growth has always been connected with corrections. Nobody becomes better version without first identifying the area that needed to be improved or area that need improvements in their life. So isolation is rarely the solution of anyone to greatness. When you begin to isolate yourself because of one kind of truth that they spoke to you and it did not go down well with you, you discover that you cannot become a better version without identifying the areas that you need to improve. Sir, ma, auntie, brothers, you cannot become a better person. Isolation is really the solution. One of the greatest mistakes that people make are feeling misunderstood and they are choosing isolation. So they will say, I'm not relating with anybody again. I've concluded. I've withdrawn from the support system. They stop seeking guidance. They stop listening to wise counsel. They will stop connecting with anything that can value, that can add to their growth. The problem is that isolation often magnifies problems rather than solving them. There is no anybody that has isolated him or herself that have become great. The issue remain. The pains will remain. The misunderstandings will remain. The only thing that changed is that person is now facing those challenges alone. That is the only thing that changed. The problem will be there. The challenges will be there. The pains will be there. So a matured response to counseling. Maturity allows us to ask important questions. That is what maturity does. What are the questions that allow us to answer? What can I learn from this experience? Is there any truth in what was said to me? What adjustment can improve my marriage based on the counsel they have given to me? What improvement can happen to my relationship and to my own personal life? Even if the counseling experience was not perfect, there may still be valuable lessons to gain. Sometimes the counseling session may not be perfect. Wisdom does not throw away an entire process because of uncomfortable moments. Your growth matters more than validations. One of the greatest shifts a person can make is moving from seeking validation to seeking growth. That is one of the major steps that you can take. Moving from people that will validate you, to people that will validate you, to people that will make you grow. People that you begin to feel comfortable with growth makes you a better person. So comfort, feel good for a moment, but growth benefits us for a lifetime. The people who experience lasting transformation are usually those who are willing to hear difficult truths, reflect on them, and make necessary adjustments. Yes, that is the kind of people that triumph, that move forward in life. So the final thought is, if you have ever left a counseling session feeling disappointed because your actions were questioned or your decision were challenged, do not rush to conclude that seeking help was a mistake. No. Do not allow temporary discomfort to push you into permanent isolation. It has not worked for people that took that decision, and I don't think it can work for you as well. Do not let a wrong decision project itself as your best option. The fact that something feels uncomfortable does not mean it is harmful. Sometimes that advice, that challenges that hurt you most will become the best advice that will help you to grow. It may be the most best advice that will help you to grow. Growth requires humility. Growth requires reflection. Growth requires adjustment. And often, the breakthrough that you need is hidden behind that correction. So, that correction that you are trying to avoid now, it may be the growth that you need. And I want you to know that if you allow your option, the wrong option that you are thinking is the best for you now, if you allow it to go and you begin to isolate yourself, it will hurt you. So there are many other teachings on personal growth and family growth that you'll be listening and watching on this channel. Please reflect on those responses that you are on those teachings that you are getting. Don't let anybody, any truth that come to you to make you to just throw away a valuable counsel and to make a wrong decision that appear to be the best option for you. Yes, our training is coming up very soon. I want you to join those that will be trained as marriage counselors. It will help you. It will help you to help others as well. Marriage are dying. Many marriages have collapsed, and God needed helping hand in the area of marriages now than ever. So make sure that you begin to plan to be one of those that will be trained, so that you will not be causing damage to marriages and you will be causing help to marriages, and also your marriage will begin to blossom and it shall be well with you. If this teaching has blessed you, make sure you subscribe to my channel, make sure you follow for more options, and make sure you share. May God bless you.